If you thought we were done talking about the cultural impact of the Barbie movie, you were so wrong.
We're just going to be the Barbie and the Taylor Swift podcast.
Yeah, that's just all we're going to talk about now. So the Barbie movie has inspired adult women and men to start carrying around their own emotional support dolls because this country is in a mental health crisis. That's the least of our worries. But I saw this video from Mattel employees that said this is your sign to get an emotional support Barbie, like where you take it to work, you put it in your cubicle, you dress it up, maybe you get multiple and you play with them together. It's very infantilizing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point of it, right? And it's consumer culture as well.
But why does that tap into someone's emotions? Because I can understand why an emotional support animal works, or why maybe a kid wants to walk around with a stuffed animal because it's soft and cuddly. But what does it say about culture that people seek emotional support from a Barbie doll?
Did you watch the Barbie movie?
I did not.
Okay, good for you.
I've stayed out of it.
I think that's a green flag.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's of all the days I don't see Doll Click in the chat to get Doll Click's opinion.
But in the movie, since you didn't watch it, there is a human character in the real world playing with Barbie.
Okay.
And she is imbuing her negative emotion and her menopausal anxieties onto the Barbie and breaks her sense of Barbie worlds. She breaks her matrix essentially, and she has to go to the real world to resolve it. That's maybe they identify with that character from the movie and want to be the 45-year-old woman playing with a Barbie doll to work out their problems.
I did see an emotional support pig once at work, at a job I had.
There is an official designation for emotional support animals.
Yes,
not the same as service
there was
animals.
There was the peacock on the plane recently. Did you see the guy who brought the peacock on the plane?
No.
That's gross. I'm sorry.
I never double checked. It could have been because if you notice, there's been this we've been inundated with fake videos now of moms storming into their kids' classroom, and there's also been a couple on planes. So I didn't know whether that one was fake or not. So I didn't pull it up. But yeah, I saw an emotional support pig once when I worked at Target back in the day.
That's not a service animal, and businesses are not required to allow those
Nobody said anything,
but they fake it. They put a fake service animal tag on them, and you can't say anything.
I've known a few people who have put fake vests on their.
I've seen service animal in training vests.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, deceiving. But let's watch this video of the Mattel employees and their emotional support dolls.
Here we go.
I have 2 emotional support Barbies. I'm obsessed with Fashion Fever right now.
The Dia de Muertos Barbie because she reminds me of my mom and all of my family.
This is my emotional support Barbie because from my childhood, and also
She's saying she broke her leg a lot as a kid, therefore
she just likes clicking. He has
an
emotional support
from my daughter, and it makes me happy.
I mean, getting one from your daughter is that's a
different.
gift. That's not the same thing. Hair goals, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get that dude's hair.
If you could be anything, why not be the president?
I think there's a point here where it's there's a difference between something that you just like and somebody carrying it around because they start having panic attacks.
Yeah, is this actually authentic? Are these people actually saying they?
Well,
all of these people carry
because they work for Mattel, they were told to make this video and promote this idea to other people who are going to watch it and think of this as a holistic remedy to their anxiety problems, because that is a huge issue in young people today, is social anxiety.
And there's just I guess we're not exactly promoting the idea that you could be mentally stable enough to not need the the emotional support
Right.
Barbie.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like I said, like one of my biggest problems in society right now, I don't know if this is the hottest take I have, but I think there's like an over emphasis on therapy, and they've almost turned therapy into this buzzword where it's the end all be all of fixing everything.
Right.
Men will do anything except for go to therapy.
It's
Women
church, but in the secular world, like going to
Yeah.
therapy is going to church or going to confession.
And I'm not.
But
That's
for
not
people
me.
who would rather worship themselves and also just the whole priesthood of psychology instead of traditional religion.
Yeah, and like to me, there's a $20 one there from Leonardo DiCaprio.
This one says,
Got
I
it?
haven't seen it yet. Is it a cope because of all the things which are thrown at us, or is it unreasonable of the people bringing up the issues to expect investment on our part? If I can't change it, I can't care. That's a path to insanity.
If I can't change it, I can't care.
Wait, what is a cope?
Are we talking about? I think he's talking more
is
about
back
what we
to
were talking
Eugenia,
about.
right?
Yeah, like about our indifference to things on the internet now. In a lot of ways, yeah, I would agree that it's like, look, I can't do anything about it. Therefore, like, why would I get invested?
Yeah.
It's the way of the world now, because you're looking at almost everything from the outside looking in. Back in the day, everything that you experienced, like whether you were close to them or not, you were still seeing somebody in the real world, so you had to be more invested than somebody on the internet, right? Like you're going to have more impact talking to a person you work with every day, even if you don't hang out outside of work. They're going to have a direct impact on your life in a way that somebody that you talk to on a regular basis on the internet wouldn't.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And I think that there's just disconnects there that we as human beings weren't really designed for. Like, I don't think we were you weren't designed as a human being to hear what everybody thinks about you all at once. How many times in your life do you actually have like uncomfortable conversations that critique who you are or what you do? Like, you get a work evaluation like a couple of times a year, and your mom might say, get better grades. But other than that, so it's why people talk about why they can't read the comment section if they have like I don't read the comments. There's no emotional bandwidth possible to be able to read everything that somebody has to say about me, care deeply about it, take every piece of it as valid criticism, which first of all, you'd have to distinguish what is valid criticism and what isn't valid criticism. And the only real answer is to just not pay attention and do what you're going to do, because we as human beings weren't designed to have that much input all the time. At least I don't think we were.
Right.
So the only way to do it is to just not care and not pay attention. No. But yeah,
I mean, the way that you do it, the way you take criticism is to get it from people who know you in person.
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually, know you as a person, that they're able to criticize you from a good place.
Intro waves in the chat says emotional support pancakes. That I support.
Emotional eating.
Emotional support French
endorsed
toast
by Brett Dasvik.
And I will say that there's something to this, because there's a great meme that says like emotional support television show. It's the show you've seen 500 times and you can always watch it. It's got 7 seasons and you can just put it on in the background. And they say that people with ADHD they do that a lot because it's comforting to them to know what happens next. So it might work in similar ways on their brain. Right? The way that works for somebody with ADHD.
I don't have ADHD, but I rewatch shows a lot, and it's because all the new shows are bad.
There's a $20 one there from Ryle Kittenhouse.
Xfinity is giving me free Peacock, and Brett continues to not miss. That Ben Affleck movie was good. He was a good Batman, and Lauren Boebert is hot. Gonna watch House now because it's on Peacock. Hello, Andrea.
Hi.
Yes, Peacock is a hidden gem in the streaming market, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody else has it, because why would you have it? Let's face it. And in that movie was good.
Do more people stream on Peacock than on Apple TV Plus?
I have no idea. That's a very good question. But somebody in the chat.
How many beverages does Mary have? I have 2 emotional support beverages. I am actually in favor of emotional support beverages. My access to interesting beverages completely controls my mood in life.
Unfortunately.
It's just the way it is.
just
I'm
the way it is.
sorry.
I think I have emotional support chewing gum.
There you go.
We all have our
I-
vices.
So, well, somebody earlier they said, Brett, did you give up one addiction for another soda? And I said yes.
Oh, I definitely have emotional
Yes.
support zins.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, who are we to really talk? I, again, am criticizing these people with a chorus of stuffed animals behind me right now.
Yeah.
They belong to me.
There's also something to be said about the cynical nature of Mattel being like, get your own emotional
Right.
support Barbie.
'Cause you're a mess, aren't ya?
Capitalism, baby.
Because you're miserable.
At least I'm choosing to carry a pack of gum with me every day. Like, it's not someone marketing to me and going
Right.
like, this is going to validate your identity. This Barbie that looks just like you.
Somebody in the chat says emotional support meth. No, don't do it, my friend. Don't do it.
You know what? You're right about the Barbies looking just like them. A lot of them chose Barbies that were the same race as them. And one of them even got the Dia de los Muertos Barbie because it's like, oh, my Mexican heritage is like validated by this product made by Mattel.
It's really funny because
And-
we've been. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, I just think that the Bratz dolls get a bad rap because they were more diverse than the Barbies ever were.
True.
Do you have any Bratz dolls?
I had Bratz. I had a lot of Polly Pockets. I was
American
also
Girl?
an American Girl doll type of gal.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is supposed to be how this is supposed to be taken, but you look like a young woman who would have an American Girl doll growing up.
You
I
definitely
like
look
that.
like either a Samantha or a Felicity girl.
I don't know what that means, but I know what American Girl dolls
I had
are.
Samantha. Did not have Felicity.
Okay.
Also Kit.
Oh, yeah. Felicity was definitely my favorite.
That's fair. That's valid.
Part of what you said is true though. Like Mattel selling this as a product, and then people being like, it's so weird how what our relationships are now with these corporations. Because I've been watching writers trash Hollywood all week, trash these studios. They're like, I hate you, but will you please hire me to do work?
right.
They're like, you're evil.
I hate you. Give me money.
You're evil, greedy bastards. Give me your money.
Yeah.
Like
I deserve it.
there's a weird culture now where people both hate these corporations, but they can't see legitimacy in anything but the corporations.
Right.
You know what? That's also how women treat men these days.
How so?
They hate men, but also want men to give them money and attention.
Will you? Well, yeah, it's like, he better take me out on the first date and pay for everything. And
That piece of shit.
You freaking loser.
You
And
better treat me like royalty.
they're like, he paid for the first date and he was polite. What a mama's boy he was. Like, I don't want none of that. But then they do. Yeah, you women, impossible to figure out. Nobody can. Women, am I right, guys?
Well, Mattel made $1 billion off of us. So.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.